Hey guys, welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem. This is part 13 of our trophy guide and walkthrough. And when we left off in the last one, we were preparing for a boss fight. So, what I'm going to do is use up the last of the ammo in the shotgun that I got first. I am registering the shortcut for the police shotgun because that's the one that I'm going to keep, and once the fight's over I'm going to sell the first one that I got because the police shotgun is much better. We're not going to go over to the right, we're going to go straight into this parking lot here, and you will get a cutscene and you'll be straight into the Super Tyrant boss fight. As you can see here, you can parry the Super Tyrant's charges at you. So keep that in mind, because it may not seem at first that you can, but you actually can. You'll want to try to keep your distance from him a bit, but beware because he can pick up cars and throw them at you, as you can see. So if he does do that, you may want to try to get out of the path of the car. Also, be prepared because he does swing pretty wildly when you get close. And as you can see, I'm using multiple different weapons, so you may want to give that a try also, because using just one type of weapon typically isn't going to work, and you do want to try to keep a decent amount of ammo as well. Here we go, we got a parry there. Just remember that parrying the Super Tyrant does wear down your axe or your hatchet, whatever it is, much quicker than usual. So you'll need to remember to sharpen it when possible. And often he will jump on top of cars like that and then leap at you. I tried to get away from him, but I just wasn't quick enough, unfortunately. He's really not too tough, and in some ways, it's a really good animation, even though I clipped through the car, which is unfortunate, but I guess it happens sometimes. I actually think this Super Tyrant boss fight might be better than the final boss fight, in my opinion. I don't know. You tell me what you think once we get to the end. So far, it has been my favorite. He mostly has, the same moveset. He will. I think that might be the first time he's done that we've seen, where he dives at you and stretches his arm basically to stab you. And occasionally he will just pick up a car like that, and then he would normally have thrown it, but I got him weak enough to where we can get him directly in the heart. And that's going to do it for the Super Tyrant. We did use up pretty much all of our health, but we got the I Remember That Too trophy for defeating him, and that is story related and cannot be missed. Once that is done, you can look around the area. There are a few items that you can loot if you miss them during the fight. And don't forget, I'll check my map here, but there is a med injector inside of that rusted van. Yeah, that would have... Well, I guess I was okay by the end, but before you exit, come over here to this basketball court and you'll see the head of the Charlie doll. And what we're going to do is crouch down to be able to push it. And we're going to try to get it through the basketball hoop, which seems kind of silly. And apparently the head does not push if you're standing up walking. You have to crouch. Once you push it through, you'll get this prompt for you to kind of scold yourself. But that's not really the point. Point is, you'll want to come back this way, unlock this gate, and then head back into the back room of Kendo's gun shop. Since we played basketball with Charlie's head, for some reason, we can now read something on the doll, which says, just ignore A. So remember back when we were figuring out the final puzzle and we got the series of letters and we figured out some of the numbers equal the letters. It was G, U, C, and A. Well, we're just going to ignore A in the sequence. So if you wrote down that sequence, go ahead and cross out every A because we're not going to be using that. And really, we already know what C is because it's actually in the same file that we found with Grace where it says to use 115 bodies. That same file says that C equals a certain, it's a certain equation, which is the distance from the Earth to the nearest star, which I think is Betelgeuse. So now we know that G is the sun, U is the moon, C is star. And since everything with Grace, all the little quartzes that we found were all celestial, either sun, moon, or star, now we have a pattern. We can't do anything about it until the second playthrough, however. So now that I've gone on and on about that, while you watch me do my upgrades and sell my old gun, and now I'm mixing items, I just so happened to earn the Master Craftsman trophy here, and that is for crafting every possible item with Leon. And you should get that naturally through the course of your playthrough. I just so happened to get it right here. So now with all of that done, we can move on, and we can't go back in the way that we did the first time. You have to come around through this gate because the Super Tyrant kind of blocked off our original path. And he doesn't drop anything, which kind of sucks. I was hoping for something, like even a rocket launcher with just one shot or just something, but he doesn't give you anything. So just pass him by, make your way over to the orphanage.
Made it.
Weird how close it was the whole time. And when you come in, you'll see it's totally demolished. So thankfully, we don't have to go creeping around in any of these rooms again.
Understood.
We're just gonna head straight down into the underground. You'll probably need your flashlight for a little bit. Drop down this hole, and you're in a type of sewer tunnel. I came over here, but there's nothing here. I was hoping for something, anything, even some graffiti, just anything, but nope, just an empty room. So make your way further down the tunnel, and up the stairs you'll have to turn this valve handle in order to open up this door. And when we exit out of here, we're almost completely out of Raccoon City by this point. You'll jump over this little railing here that's broken, and you can see that we're still in the city, but we're pretty far underneath it, and this is actually back in a different section of the subway. I've seen some reports that this particular section of subway is where Jill was in Resident Evil 3 remake when the subway car crashed, but I can neither confirm nor deny that. I really don't know. It does look similar, but I'm really not sure. It could be. Anyway, make your way down the stairs. There's a green herb here, don't forget it. And coming up, we have to get into this subway car and make our way across it, which it's just kind of stretched across a large cavern, I guess. Coming up, we're going to be fighting the Plant 43 buds, and there is a trophy associated with taking out every single one of them. And there are 8 in total. And the first one that we will encounter is in the 3rd car. So we're now in the 2nd car of this train. Once you get into the 3rd car, you'll want to be very careful, because once you go past a certain point, the tentacle of the plant will come out at you. So past the door, and to the left, you'll see there's a there's another door that's closed. You don't want to go past that. Don't go running. And these buds, if their mouth isn't open, you won't do damage. So if you need to get them to open their mouth, shoot them with a pistol. That almost always gets them to open their mouth. And once that one's taken out, that's your plant bud number 1. And you fall down even further into the cavern because it pulls down the train. So, make your way down this little slope here. We're even further down. You can climb up here to get some gunpowder. At least I have a little bit of room now. Since I got rid of one of the shotguns, it seems that things are a little bit better. And I had another, in my other playthroughs, I had another charm, but I think I started the game with it, and I may have just enabled it from the extra menu or whatever it is. But I think it's a deluxe edition item, so I don't have it right now, and I don't think we find it anywhere. But I just wanted to point that out, that there is a charm that has Claire on it, actually. And I used that for all of my other playthroughs. And I think maybe I just forgot. When I started this one, I just forgot to enable it. But anyway, if you don't have the deluxe edition, I don't think you have access to it anyway. So we're playing through without it. So make your way through the train cars, pick up any items you come across. And once you get to this loot box here, to the right, you'll see there is
BSA left something behind.
A very sturdy rope. You'll have to grab it and descend down, and you're going to be dropping a long way. We're going very, very far down. And there's really not a whole lot
Just keeps going.
that you do besides just slide down. When you get all the way down to the bottom, Leon will automatically let go. But as you can see, we're still not quite there.
Finally reached the bottom.
And down here is where you will find the remaining 7 buds. So you can walk forward, and you'll be dropping down, but right there, if you don't want to drop down right away, I think you can aggro those buds that are floating up there. It doesn't matter, we're going to get them anyway. Yeah, it may not even work, because see, I'm shooting them now and they're not doing anything. I think they're too far away. So, crouch down and go through this tunnel. When you come out the other side, take your time here, because these things are sneaky. When the mouth is open, usually one shotgun blast will get them, especially if you have the bear charm equipped. Don't get too close to it, because you actually have more power if you're at mid-range. When you come around the corner, you'll see a hanging case there that you can shoot down. And over here, I'm taking my time because these buds are very, very sneaky. Sometimes they'll have like a little tentacle wiggling on the ground. I'll point them out to you as it happens. And it can catch you by the leg and inflict damage. So kind of watch above you and at your path where your feet are going to go. You can go around that corner to get some handgun ammo. and then come back this way. I'm just scanning the top looking for where the buds may be. When you come forward a little bit, you should aggro a bud. If it closes its mouth, shoot it with the pistol. Man, that one's really close, but if I'm good, I'm trying not to waste the ammunition. And sometimes you have to shoot them inside of their mouth with the pistol to make them open. So those are buds number 3 and 4 that were just taken out. Take the path on the left. There's some scrap inside that tube. And when you're coming up this hill, you'll want to be careful because you see that wiggling vine right there. That will grab you by the ankle if you just walk right into it. I'm looking along the wall here to try to find where the bud is hiding. Because there it is. It's blending into the wall, just sort of sleeping. That was bud number 5. Continue going up the path, and there's a loot box at the end. Of course, it has some goodies. Med injector and Requiem ammo are always welcome. Make your way back down the path. And once you get back to your main path, you may want to reload your weapons and start walking slowly again. There's a bud right there. I wasn't paying attention. I should have been because he snipped me. That's bud number 6. Oh, there are 9 buds. I'm sorry. I said 8, didn't I? There are 9 buds total. I do apologize. I just looked at my notes and realized that what I said was wrong. So when you come around here, take a look at the ground. There's another vine here just waiting to grab you by the foot. Try to find where the bud is hiding against the wall. And aggro it to open its mouth, because if you don't, they will go back to hiding. That was bud number 7. Right where he was, you can turn and climb up here for a box with an item inside. And then once you leave and go back to the main path, you're going to encounter your final buds, 8 and 9. Here, before you drop down, you can try to aggro them. He doesn't seem to want to respond, even though I shot him right in his mouth. I know it's not really a mouth, but it kind of looks like that. There we go. We got him open, but we had to waste a shotgun bullet. It's okay. And then once you go a little bit further down, you'll see bud number 9. Once you take him out, if you've gotten all 9, you'll get the Not Today Buds trophy. Now that doesn't mean that we're completely finished with these buds. But we won't be dealing with the ones that were down here. Like, it'll be more like the first one where the vine comes in and there's a bud on it and it's stuck there. All these other ones down here were movable and kind of moved freely and independently. As you continue, you'll see some boxes here on the right that you can break and lots of vines that are moving. Try to find the bud on each one and get rid of it before it wakes up and starts hitting the ground, because they do that. They'll, you know, slap down like an arm. You know, slap you down. So get rid of those guys and get reloaded. As you continue further on, you'll have more vines that are going to come up here. Do your best to take out the buds. Watch out, because the one on the right will slam down on you. And that one is a little bit tougher for some reason to hit the bud. I don't know why. Take some more shots. And once that's done, you'll drop down right here and you're going to fight the Plant 43 proper. Now, it'll be the large Plant 43 right in the center, and then you'll have two of those really thick vines on either side. And those, I don't think you can really do anything with them. Just try to avoid them. They're going to slam down on you from time to time. Just try to avoid them. And when possible, shoot the plant in the middle. If you keep moving from side to side, it is a little easier to avoid the arms. See, he packs a heavy punch. But he doesn't really take too long, and you can avoid that attack. Once that happens, you'll see a bunch of red canisters over there fall down. Just one bullet will explode everything, and the plant will burn up, and then you're done. Not so bad. Plant 43 was definitely, I think it was more for nostalgia, really. It's really not much of a boss fight. You can see here we have boxes with the umbrella logo on them. We should have known coming back to Raccoon City that we would see that. Here, I always come over here. Every time I've played, I've come over here because I think there's going to be something over here. There'll be some ammo or a healing item, and there's never anything over there. I guess it's just wishful thinking. When you're ready, come over here and pull this handle down. And once you do, you'll get the Umbrella's Legacy trophy. We are now in the Ark, which you can see here we have Umbrella and Tricell, which is another blast from the past. I don't think we've seen Tricell since Resident Evil 5. Yeah, so it was not just Umbrella doing stuff with the Ark. We're going to find out later that it's actually the connections, and they were most recently brought back into light with Resident Evil 7 and 8. You know, I'm kind of hoping they follow through on this story plot so we know who the connections actually are, because we still don't know. Make your way into the Ark, and you shouldn't need your flashlight anymore. It's very well lit and clean in here. You can take a look at some liquors there. Very, very disturbing, but probably my favorite bioweapon. Come around these crates here to the right, and you'll find Mr. Raccoon number 24. And then turn around and enter the door with the green light on it. If you turn to the right, you'll find file number 66. The status report. I guess it's the NOAA status report. And this is your save room. So you can upgrade your weapons. You'll save at this computer screen here. And we're going to go ahead and turn in our points and repair that body armor, because man, that body armor goes really fast. You should have another med injector available to purchase here if you want to, and you can upgrade some weapons if you like. I did stick with the Gal this time. Usually I switch over to the other submachine gun. I like it a little bit better, but it's completely up to you. You can do it whichever you like. I don't use the submachine gun all that often, really, so I mean, it's okay. It's a good weapon, but not my favorite. Don't forget to save, because it can be pretty easy to die in the next couple sections. And you should get, there's a couple of spots where you should get an autosave. But to be on the safe side, I am going to come back here and actually save again after we do some things before we actually end the video. So let's exit out the door we came from because we can't go through the other door just yet. And in the room to the left, if you look through the window, you can see this is where we're going. This kind of looks like, not necessarily a boss arena, but it kind of looks like hide and seek. First, we're going to go into the room straight ahead with the green doors. And same thing here. There's lots of servers in here. So it's empty right now. You may want to run around and collect any items that are strewn about because things are going to get a little crazy when we come back through here. So pick up everything useful now. You know, I never think about it too much about needing servers in a lab like this, but I mean, I guess I could see why. It just seems unusual. That's all. Come through the door on the far side. There's a tracking module here, and you'll have to interact with the computer screen. You'll get a short cutscene, and then we'll be dealing with elite guards. So no zombies right now. These are actually people. And they are very heavily armored. What I just did was grab a grenade. I should have grabbed a double grenade. If you have a double grenade, use that because that's going to work much better. I'm going to walk through here and start aiming for that door with the green on it. And as soon as the lights go out, you want to throw the double grenade. I did injure one of the guards, or maybe a few of them, but a double grenade will take them all out. They're going to be hiding all in this server room, and you might see them because their flashlights get you, but they love sneaking up behind you. Just take them out as quickly as you can. There should be 3 in total. They're really fast. And they all drop ammunition as well. Usually machine gun ammunition. Here I'm walking. I'm trying not to draw attention to myself because I know that guy was there somewhere. Is there one more? I'm just looking around to try to figure out if there is one more or not. I think it's only 3. For some reason I had it in my head that there were 4, but it could be just because I was thinking about insanity mode. I'm not sure. Anyway, make sure that you pick up all of their ammo before heading out. You can go through this door, but honestly I died right there. So once I had to redo this section, I decided to make a pit stop over at the box. I'm gonna quickly repair my armor, because I don't know, it's hard for me to pay attention to it when I'm playing, but when your little life gauge is up in the bottom right corner and your armor is steadily going down as they're shooting you, I'm sure it goes really fast. I don't really look at it when I'm playing, but you guys should be able to see it well. When you get in here, I like to take out the sniper rifle, and you can usually pick off at least 2 of these guys. You can try to get a third, but it's very difficult to get a headshot. So there, I injured a third one, but didn't completely take him out. So we'll just cross over here, climb up this ladder, and I'm gonna walk forward. There should be 2 enemies left down here, and these are much harder because they're actual people. They're not monsters, so they're very intelligent and they do have very quick reactions to you. If you go and shoot that canister, it will put smoke everywhere, and it does throw off these guys. I got a headshot on that one. Here, I'm trying to stay out of the eyesight of that one, and I got him with a headshot too. So those guys are cleared out. Now, right there where we're just looking, there's a doorway at the top where we are. Not the one, like you can see it on the left there. Not that one. The other one. There's several enemies that are going to come out. And I'm going to attempt to throw a double grenade. Because the guy that comes out first has a tactical shield. Unfortunately, my grenade did not work. But it is going to actually release a licker. I didn't mean to release a licker, but it just sort of happened. And here I'm going to drop a grenade at his feet to get away. And his shield's still standing up, but he is dead, so there's that. And the licker, if any of them are left over there, the licker will take them out. The only problem is now you have to take out the licker. So I'm just going to get my shotgun ready. And he should be injured because of the grenades. Just make sure to walk. Same rules apply as usual with lickers. Don't run, walk. Because, you know, they're blind and they rely on sound. 2 shotgun blasts was enough to take him out, which definitely tells me he was injured because we're going to encounter more of those later. And it definitely takes more than 2. So, now that the area is clear, run around and collect all of the ammo that you can. There should be lots of it lying around. Several guards around here. Plus there are some boxes too. And again, if you're unsure if you got everything, you can always check your map because it will let you know if you left something behind. And once you're done, you can exit through the double green doors. If you go up the stairs, the door to the save room is now open. The one that was red before, it's now green. So I'm going to come up here, turn in my kills, and make a save because we have another boss fight coming up. Wow, that's 3 boss fights in one video. So I'm going to do a little bit of upgrading. I don't have a whole lot of points, but, you know, I might as well. I'm definitely going to save just to make sure. And from here we can turn around and head into the next fight. So you'll want to head to where the floor says Pandora. On the right here there's some gunpowder that you'll probably want to grab. And in this room, I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. It's very cool. I like the aesthetic, but I don't really get it. I guess maybe this is for, you know, high-ranking guests who are going to come in and tour the facility. When you get to the top of the stairs, turn right, go to this computer and read Raccoon City Bioweapon Research Report. This is file number 67. Over in the corner you can find a box to kick open, and there's another box on the counter. And then on the opposite wall you'll find 2 computers. The first one is Product Catalog 1 2026. This is file 68. And they are charging some very hefty prices for these bioweapons. I would never buy the plant. Maybe at Garmer, never the plant. The next computer is Product Catalog 2 2026. This is file 69. And I would definitely go for a Tyrant, not a Nemesis. Too unpredictable. Anyway, exit out of here and go through the double doors, and you're going to run straight into Hunk.
Backup is on the way.
Not necessary. I'll neutralize the target.
Very welcome character, very welcome boss fight, but this one is sort of like the Krauser fight. It's all just melee, so get really good at parrying. This Hunk likes to attack with his hatchet. Be careful because he will sometimes do both arms because he has a knife in one hand and a hatchet in the other. So you'll have to double parry, which I am slowly learning how to do. There we go. And you can shoot him. I've seen people force it and just shoot him, but it's way more fun if you actually do it in his head. And of course, the more that you go, the more aggressive that he gets with his fighting. So be careful. And if you do a perfect parry, you can stun him in melee attack. And there, I got in one shot before the cutscene. Okay, so here we go again. He will parry you also. It does work well if you parry him and stun him to just hit him with the axe. If you're lucky, you can get in 2 hits. At some point, he will throw down a flash grenade, and he will hit that pipe to create smoke. And he will run away. So you'll have to try to keep track of where he's going. Usually it's once you inflict a certain amount of damage, he'll run away. And if you stay far enough away, he'll try to shoot you, but if you get back in close quarters, he'll go back to melee attacking.
Make no mistake.
This is pretty easy to get out of when he grabs you by the head. And it is scripted for you to cough like that after he does it. You're getting close to the end now. Do your best to parry him. And you'll get this final scene. Man, that's so sad to see. I mean, it's cool, but it's sad. You can grab his hatchet, though.
This guy was one tough bastard.
The Mortal Edge. It's a good bit better than the one we have.
Coming from you, that's quite the compliment.
So nice little fight for Leon. It's not quite Krauser, but he also, Hunk wasn't all mutated and stuff. He's just, you know, a man. Human unit never killed. Anyway, make sure you pick up everything in here. Take notice of where the body is laying. So right near the doors by that ice chest. Leave the room. I'm going to go up the stairs.
Time to finally get some answers.
Back into the hallway. You can see where we went through to get down there. I'm going to turn around and come back down the stairs. Just to check. And he's gone. So, yeah. Again, can't be killed. So, it was a very good fight. Nice little throwback there to Hunk. And we know we didn't kill him, so he could always make a reappearance. Go back up the stairs and through the store and you'll get a cutscene. We'll skip it and end up underneath all of this. You automatically get the final mission trophy. When you land down here, I guess this is just disposal. Go ahead and follow Leon, which we don't really get to play too much on and Grace together, so this is nice.
Look, there's a door over there.
Crane's blocking it though.
So obviously we're playing as Grace again. Come around here and you'll get a cutscene where Leon will boost you up into that shaft. Not that I mind playing as Grace, it's just I know the tension's about to come back. You know, that sense of freedom that you have with Leon, just having all those weapons and constantly having plenty of ammunition. This is the complete and total opposite of that.
I'm getting back up.
Just drop down from this vent shaft here and you're in the Ark proper, but this is a different area than Leon was in. Make your way up the stairs and you'll see him through the window on the left. He's sitting down taking a very well-deserved break. And we need a key to operate this panel, which of course we don't have. And you might want to get used to Grace's inventory because it's very, very different from what we've been using the last few videos. The key that we need is locked, so we'll have to find a way to unlock it. Here I'm just using up some of my scrap. I know I'm going to need handgun ammo, and I had a green herb, so why not make a med injector? Make your way up these stairs and notice the vent shaft in the roof there. Yeah, that's going to come back to bite us later. While you're in here, turn to the right and kick this box open now before there are enemies in here so that we don't make noise. And then in this room here, this is our save room. It doesn't look very safe, does it? You can see this on the wall. It's kind of like a map, but not really. It's just basically telling you what things are, so you can kind of see where you'll need to go. You can grab the ink ribbon off of the counter, come over to your box, and yeah, it's weird going from Leon to Grace. It's very, very weird. It takes a minute to kind of get your bearings between them. So I'm going to keep my ink ribbon because I'm going to make a save, and I'm going to pull out my Molotov cocktails. If you have any, they will be useful here. And you can take out a knife as well if you want, just for extra protection when fighting. And once you're done, make a save, and we will pick back up in part 14. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Until then, Khajiit always has wares.